Okay guys, so here's a review of the TWH Peterbilt 379 with the Vermeer TG7000 tub grinder. I want to start off by saying this review is going to be from this model that I didn't ever want or intended on buying, and I actually got it free from a website. When you ordered a certain amount of money, you would get it free, and I'm glad that I did get it, because just a insane model, to say the least. It's just the detail on it is maybe some of the best out there, and a lot of people say that a lot of their models are detailed, but I think until you get this one, you really see a detailed model, and one that has features that work very well as well to begin with. So I was thinking about doing this review in two parts, but it's just going to be one very long review. So if you have the time to watch it, it's greatly appreciated, because it's going to be in the part of the tractor, and then it's also going to be the back, which is the tub grinder. Now I'm going to take the tractor off the tub grinder, because I wanted to start off the review with both of them attached, so it just gives you an idea of what it looks like. But I'm going to detach the tub grinder and then just go straight from the tractor. So the tractor, as we could see, is the same thing as the Sword 379. It's the same exact thing, except this one is in gloss black and it has Vermeer on it, so it's pretty much just the Sword model, not like TWH models are in any way. But this one's labeled as a TWH model, so there's no Sword name on it. To begin with, the 379 is just probably one of Sword's best tractors. It's a great looking tractor in real life, and the model itself is just great to begin with. To start off with its functions, the front tire turns, and you get a great view of how much it turns from right here. You can see it turns that much that way and then that much that way. There's 3 different turning positions, and they lock into positions on each one. It's not that big a radius when you go to turn it. The hood opens, and when you open it, it doesn't open as much as a real one would, but if you look overhead, you could see the engine. And I'm not going to go into too much of detail with the engine, because I want to get through the truck first. And the 1 or 2 last functions, which are obvious. On the 5th wheel, you could slide the 5th wheel into different positions, and you could raise and lower the lift axle, and I'll get to that later. So, looking at the front of the tractor, you can see the grille, which is completely etched through, which is really nice. I know it's hard to tell, but it's not made in any cheap way. It's not like an excavator model where the grille is semi-etched through. This is completely etched through grille, which really shows quality. The lights just look really nice. I think they go really well with the grille as well. Like on the real truck, it has Peterbilt etched right below the lights. This also has it. It's very hard to see. It's not etched though, obviously, because of just how small it would have to be. On the wheel wells, you can see it has this plastic right here, and the decaling is also very nice. And as you can see, it has a little Peterbilt emblem, and it has the rivets, which I like a lot. Fuel and air tanks over here are all chrome. They look super nice, and the door does open. Unfortunately, it is a little flimsy, which most just about every manufacturer seems never to get that right. I guess it's a hard piece to engineer. But both doors do open on the model, and you can see that from right there. And looking in, you could see it has a complete dashboard and 2 seats, and it does look very nice. Up top, it has the warning beacons. It has 2 of them, one on the driver's side, one on the passenger side, and then it has the air horns and the lights. It also has the chrome visor. I think that those beacons look very well. I guess very nice is a better term, because it breaks up the black on the tractor, because the tires are black, the frame is black, and the cab and the hood is black. So I think it breaks them up very well. Coming to the back of the tractor, it has the headache rack, and just really nice looking. It has the chains and the binders, and on the headache rack, it has the spots where you could put your air, electrical, and brake lines, and you could hold them there when the tractor isn't in use. And it's a good idea to put them there if you could, because they always seem to get tangled in each other because they're this you know, stretchy material here, and once they get in each other they don't come out, and then you'll wind up stretching it too much. Looking at the back here, there's one piece that I want to especially show, and there's a reason for that, and it's this piece right here. If you take it off, I've actually never taken this one off on the model, you see these two screws, and if you notice I push up here and they move, and I'm basically bringing the axle up. And if you have a screwdriver, you could turn those little tabs that the screws are on, and it'll hold the lift axle up. And it's just a very cool feature. I like that a lot because you could change it, and it's just, you know, a lot of thought put into a model, and what you pay for is what you get, obviously, with this model, because it's just super nice. Sometimes it could be a little difficult to get this back on though, but there it is, back on. And I like how they hid that in there too. I think that looks very nice. And above the axles you can see the diamond plate, and it just looks super nice. Coming on the back has the Peterbilt mud flaps, and if anyone remembers or has it, on the Sword 379 it'll say Sword on the back here, but this one they replaced the plate with Vermeer, and you know, obviously it makes sense to do that. Coming on this side of the model, see, it just looks like a real heavy hauler, and it has a tarp over here on the air tanks, and has the big nice air cleaners over here, and they are actually pretty detailed. If you look up top, it has the mesh in them, and you know, just overall just a super nice tractor. So now that I spent 7 minutes on the tractor, let's get to the tub grinder, which is what I believe everybody is waiting to see. So now looking at the tub grinder, and I'm gonna start it off by doing this because this is something that I couldn't figure out. I had to, you know, look at it for a while to figure this out. You can see obviously off the fifth wheel of the truck it doesn't sit level, and you notice that you have these landing gear right here. The thing that they don't tell you in the box is that they actually do work, and when I had it on my tractor, they were always down, and it would be on the tractor and they would still be, you know, holding down like that, and I couldn't figure it out. And the thing is that they do lock into position, so if you want to keep them up, there's this little tab, and this is something that I wish they would have included in the box, because it took me a while to figure out. If you see this little tab right here, you could pull it forward. As you can see, it's forward right there, and it doesn't drop down. But then if you notice, you push it back, it's shown, and then it'll go like that. For the review, I'm going to pull it out, obviously, so then it stays in position. But that's something that I wish they would have included in the box, and what I'm going to do is show you the other side as well, because this side is actually pretty interesting. So if you look at this side, it's on a cylinder, and that's obviously because it does fold out, because it would be too wide to transport. And if you look at this one, it also has one of these little things, and it drops backwards, and then you just kind of push it forward, and then you'll be good. But like I said, I wish they would have included that like in a little paper with an instruction, because it was just driving me crazy. But regardless, I'm going to actually set it up real quick, and I'll show you that first also, because you know, I just think it makes sense to. So if we're looking at it, you can see the cab is down, so the cab folds up, and if you hear it, it will lock into position so it doesn't move. And to fold it down, you just, you know, give a little push on it and it'll fold down. The arm and the stick, I'm going to call this a stick, both move up and down, and the grapple opens and spins at 360. Surprisingly, this only spins to right there. I don't know why though. I don't know why it doesn't spin a full 360, but it pretty much does if you get both sides. The conveyor on the back folds out, and then it also folds down. One thing I question myself about, and I don't look it up because it's like after I look at the model it really doesn't bother me, but the transport height of this is kind of high, and I mean, I don't know if they do it like that in real life, but I even tried moving this, what I'm going to show you in a second, and it doesn't really do anything to it. So there's the conveyor down, and if we look here, this could come up and you could service it. I'm going to keep that up, and then I'm going to spin it around, and I'll show you the other side. So looking at it, and before I show you that, this piece comes up right here, and then it spins out, and then it'll lock into position right there. But without showing that, as you can see, it folds up, and then it'll reveal this in there. And before that, I just want to fix that. And it's just loads of detail in there, and I'll get to that in a second. So I'm just going to fold this in, and then I'll, get to the actual review of it, minus the functions. So, coming to closest part to where the fifth wheel connects to it, you'll notice a compressor first, but then there's also this grating, and as you can see, it folds up, and then this one folds out. If it folds out enough to where it won't fold out, and then if you push this one down, there's these little tabs on top. And pretty much what it'll do is, if you have enough pressure on it, as you can see right here, you can't push this one in because there's these little tabs, like right there, that will actually prevent it from going in. So you won't have to worry about it looking like this if, the hinge isn't perfect or something. Looking at it, you can see it's a control panel for the machine, and it's probably for the outriggers and whatnot. I mean, I'm not exactly sure. It probably works the tub. Whatever it does, they definitely included it, and they made it noticeable, and they put as much time as making that tab there so this doesn't open. And also, obviously, someone, I guess, would stand there since it has all this guarding there. This isn't going to be an easy one to review, but I'll go around this end, then I'll go around to the other. Looking right here, you can see the ladder folds down for the operator to get to the boom, and every single step in there is etched through, as you could see, and that's just totally crazy. It's not something we see, but like I said, you get what you pay for. Coming right here to the engine, this door opens, and you could go in there and service it and whatnot. What's in there, I don't know. This is just a review of the scale model. It's not of the real machine. But looking in there, you can see there's like a platform in there. I don't know what exactly it's for. And then there's a bunch of lines running down there and whatnot. Closing the door, and you can also see that there's guarding. There's also another opening door. And if I could get it open, like so, it shows the engine. And once again, this outriggers that give me a little problem, so just bear with me. It shows the engine in there, and well, the engine block, and there's a bunch of hydraulic lines in there, and just any type of lines. It's just crazy how much detail is in there. Looking down here, and I don't know if you're supposed to put these here or not, but here's the cones that they give you, and they give you other ones which are near the compressor, but I'll show you. The cool thing about the cones are that they're actually in scale. So they're the little cones, and they have these little warning decals on them, and they're really cool. I don't know if they're like supposed to technically go there, but I just put them there because they fit well. So just nice to have them here and there, and like I said, they fit very well. Coming over here, you can walk